Missed an episode of your favorite podcast? Choose from over a decade of content in our archives, not just the latest episode. All free at GCNlive.com.
Good morning, friends. Greetings and welcome to The Bright Side, your nutritional program dedicated to the understanding of the vast world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. I'm your host, Pharmacist Ben, nutritional pharmacist from Boulder, Colorado. I specialize in using nutritional supplements where other healthcare practitioners use toxic pharmaceutical drugs and deadly medical procedures. If you suspect that there are natural nutritional roads to your vitality and health and well-being, and to addressing your health challenges, whatever they may be, but you don't know where to begin, you have come to the right place. As you listen to The Bright Side every day, you are more and more in control of your body. You are more and more knowledgeable, and you know you can overcome any health issue. That's why we're here every day on The Bright Side, helping clear up the sometimes confusing world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. Over the last 28 years of practicing pharmacy, I've seen drug-free recoveries from diabetes and hypertension and obesity and skin diseases like psoriasis, eczema, rosacea, acne, digestive ailments, autoimmune issues of all kinds. Recoveries that by the standards of modern medicine can only be called a miracle, but what is in the world of biology, what is in the world of the body, standard operating procedure. Because the human biological system is a healing system, it's a regenerating system, it is designed divinely to heal and renew itself on a moment-to-moment basis. And while some folks may call that healing, renewing, regenerating system a miracle, it really is just the way the body works. If you have questions about health or nutrition or prescription drugs, we are here for you on The Bright Side. We welcome your phone calls. 844-236-6010 is our number, 844-236-6010. If we let you on hold yesterday or the day before or previously, give us a call back and tell our call screener you were left on hold, and we'll get you first up. 844-236-6010 is our number. If you have a success story you'd like to share or contribute to the conversation, if you want to get off your meds and get on a good nutritional supplement program, questions about health, nutrition, prescription drugs, the longevity products, skincare formulations, we want to hear from you. 844-236-6010 is our number on The Bright Side. If you want to purchase any of the longevity products that you hear advertised on the program or recommended, 866-735-2470. That's 866-735-2470 is the number for the Bright Side Ben phone team. They know all about the products. They know all about the longevity business. If you want to start yourself a longevity business for a one-time $10 fee, you can get your products at the wholesale price, earn thank you checks, help spread the word about the power and importance of a good nutritional supplement program as well. 866-735-2470 is the phone number for the Bright Side Ben phone team. You can also head over to my website, brightsideben.com. and take a look at our shopping cart, or you can check out my blog, pharmacistben.com, which we update regularly with news stories as well as blog posts. Thank you to my webmaster, Robert Lundgren, who does such a fine job at pharmacistben.com. Okay, thanks for joining us once again on The Bright Side. We're talking about the staff of life, wheat. Wheat is the staff of life as opposed to the stuff of life. Wheat is the staff of life. Corn is the stuff of life. Do you have any idea how much stuff comes from corn? Corn is way, way, way more than a food substance. Spark plugs are made from corn. Varnish, drywall, shampoo, toothpaste, diapers, reusable or not reusable, disposable diapers, supplements, medication, golf tees. Corn is in makeup, medicine. Nutritional supplements are made with corn and cornstarch. Pretty much anything you eat, especially processed food, is made from at least a little bit of corn. So much stuff comes from corn. And by the way, corn is a source of gluten, actually its own type of gluten. And you're going to start hearing about this more and more. Corn gluten and corn allergies. So a lot of folks think that they can eat corn instead of wheat. Not necessarily so. And corn is a much more devious grain than wheat because it's sweet. It's sugary. All grains are going to have some sugar content, but corn is especially sweet. That's why we get high fructose corn syrup from corn. There's no high fructose wheat syrup. There's no high fructose rye syrup. Although all grains are going to have some sugar, nothing has the same degree of sweetness as corn. In any case, we've been beating up on grains now I've been beating up on grains for decades, really, since I first heard about the problems with grains in pharmacy school back in the 80s. But there's actually good things in grains. The problem is the good things in grains are locked up. They're dormant. Grains are seeds, and seeds are a sleeping life force. Grains are like a miniature atomic bomb of nutrition. The atomic bomb that was dropped on Hiroshima and on Nagasaki in Japan in the 1940s, it weighed about a ton, but it could create the equivalent of many, many thousands of tons of explosive power. That's because all of the energy was trapped. It was locked up. And then, once that energy got released, boom, it created a massive explosion. Well, a seed is much the same way. A seed is like a miniature atomic bomb. A seed is a highly potent little packet of energy stored in a very, very tight place. And all of this energy in a seed is required to keep the seed, via chemistry, sleeping, dormant, locked up. Specifically, the seed has something in it called anti-nutrients. These anti-nutrients lock up all the energy, they lock up all the nutrition in various chemical bonds, they inhibit the production and the activity of proteins. And then when we eat those seeds, our proteins and our enzymes get inhibited, our nutrients get locked up. This is the problem with eating seeds, and this is the problem with eating grains. Maybe you remember your mom told you when you were a kid not to eat your apple seeds or not to eat the pits from pears. Seeds have lots of toxins in them, what we call toxins. Seed doesn't call them toxins. The seed calls them anti-nutrients or energy suppressors or inhibitors. This is what makes seeds so problematic. Seeds also contain defensive chemicals. That's what gluten is. Gluten is a defensive chemical that punishes anybody or any animal that would be intrepid enough to eat it. Gluten is one of those defense chemicals, but there's lots of defense chemicals. We hear all about gluten intolerance and gluten-free, and there's no gluten in my brownies, there's no gluten in my beer, there's no gluten in my pizza. But there's lots of other things in grains that are a problem. There's lots of other things in seeds that are problems. Some of these compounds thin the blood. This is one of the ways that plants protect themselves. They thin the blood of any animals that would eat them, or eat the seeds especially. And once the blood is thinned, gastric bleeding or any kind of bleeding is more likely. The animal dies, and there's one less enemy for the plant to have to deal with. Other plant defense chemicals clot the blood. Other plant defense chemicals act as birth control. That's what phytoestrogens are. They're birth control for the enemies, for the rabbits that would eat the carrots, or for the squirrels that would eat the seeds. You know the gluten that's found in corn is actually being used as weed killer? What do you think that's about? It's the corn gluten plant defense that's being taken advantage of. The plant defense gluten kills weeds. The weeds would ordinarily suffocate the corn makes gluten to kill the weeds. No weeds, the corn can grow. Everything on the planet is eating everything else. Everything on the planet is killing everything else, including the plants. It's a jungle out there. In the case of plants, it's literally a jungle out there. Now, of course, there are good things in grains. There's absolutely good things in grains, especially fats. Wonderful essential fatty acids and wonderful vitamin E. Hard to find vitamin E is found in grains. Or in seeds and grains for that matter. The B complex and zinc and magnesium and protein. Wonderful compounds found in grains. But that doesn't mean that grains are good foods. There's lots of wonderful nutritional compounds found in seeds, but that doesn't mean that seeds are overall good foods because of all these protein inhibitors. They call them protease inhibitors because they inhibit enzymes and phytic acid and other compounds that lock up the nutrients. So yes, there's great things in grains and great things in seeds, and that's why you'll read on the food pyramid information, or you'll read on the internet, or you read your dietitian will tell you, or your nutritionist will tell you, make sure you're eating lots of grains and eating lots of seeds, because they're thinking, well, there's good things in grains and seeds, and there are. But that doesn't mean that overall they're good foods. If you really want to get the benefits of grains and seeds, we'll call them grain/seeds because they're the same thing. If you really want to get the benefits of these things, sprout them, which is basically just putting them in a damp space and in a dark space. Well, grains are problem foods. Sprouts are power foods. By sprouting a grain or sprouting a seed, you turn it from a problematic food into a powerful and potent food. All because a little water, a little dampness, and some dark space, and then maybe some sunlight after that, awakens the seed. It awakens the life force. The life force then explodes, just like that atomic bomb. Nagasaki and Hiroshima, a little water, a little sunlight, some dark space, all of that explodes the energy. And all of that energy is now available. And that's why sprouts are amazingly important food, especially if you add a little oil and a little salt to your sprouts. And man, is that delicious. Hang tight. We'll finish up when we come back from our break and take your phone calls as well.
I had tried everything. I'd cut back the amount of food I was eating. I was lifting weights and jogging, but nothing was working. My body was literally starving for minerals and trace elements as well as key vitamins. And as soon as I had that, I immediately could eat half of what I was eating previously and be satisfied. Now, there are hundreds of great products at InfoWarsTeam.com, but I want to point out the 3 that have helped me lose 37 pounds in just 2 months. Products like Beyond Tangy Tangerine, Pollen Burst, and Rebound. When I started taking the Tangy Tangerine and other products every day, I lost more than 37 pounds in just 2 months. Now that's results. I want to challenge my listeners to go to InfoWarsTeam.com and to order just 3 of their products, and you will see the changes in the way you look, feel, and in your appetite almost immediately. Start your journey to health and wellness today. InfoWarsTeam.com.
Quantitative easing, unemployment at depression levels, Europe financial system falling apart, China getting out of U.S. treasuries. At the end of 2008, the time of TARP, the national debt was at $11 trillion, gold trading around $850 per ounce. Close to 2012, the national debt exceeded $16.4 trillion, gold doubled to $1,600 per ounce. The $20 trillion threshold for the national debt is inevitable. Politicians in Washington have a ferocious appetite for spending and stimulus. What's worse, a printing press to finance. 100 years ago, we had a gold standard to limit this madness, but now you have to adopt your own gold standard. Don't be fooled with paper promises. Get Midas Resources 10 Reasons to Buy Gold free by calling 800-686-2237. Understanding the gold and silver market may be the only insurance you could have to avoiding the next economic crisis. Call 1-800-686-2237 and order your free copy. Again, that's 800-686-2237.
Yeah?
Did you want to see me, sir?
Well, I did, but now that I do, I'm not so sure.
Sir?
Johnson, I got a mission for you that could change your life.
Oh, good, sir.
It involves traveling halfway around the world without so much as half a clue of where you're going or what you're going to do when you get there.
Situation normal, sir?
Well, I'll be leading this mission, Johnson, so I'll be telling you what to do.
You, sir?
That's right, Johnson, and I say first things first.
Oh, good plan, sir.
And when I say is first is food. Always remember that, Johnson. Food is a big deal.
Sir, my brother-in-law can give us a really good deal on some surplus MREs.
Johnson, if you've got half a brain and that empty head of yours, you'll call the freeze-dry guy like I did. That food is better for you, it rehydrates faster, and it's good, Johnson. And it keeps for up to 30 years.
Will we be gone that long, sir?
Well, I hope not. Now, get your supplies organized and meet me down to the pier at dawn on Sunday. We sail at sunrise.
Yes, sir.
This adventure is brought to you by the Freeze-Dry Guy. Call 866-404-3663 or visit freezedryguy.com.
We live in a complicated society. Stressful issues are always popping up. Have you ever been treated unfairly by someone? Have you ever been overcharged for a repair? Have you ever signed a contract or a document? Worried about identity theft? How many times have you been in those unique situations where you just wanted to call an attorney to find out if you're right or wrong, or what your legal rights are? But every time you think about calling an attorney, what do you think about first? That's right. Who do you call, and how much will it cost? Our friends at Legal Shield have found a solution. With a nationwide network of 6,900 attorneys who average over 19 years of experience, Legal Shield's law firms take over 40,000 calls per week helping their members. For less than $20 per month, you can have access to Legal Shield on everything from the trivial to the traumatic. Let Legal Shield stand up for your rights at lsprotection.com. That's lsprotection.com. Or call 855-340-SAVE. 855-340-7283.
Results will vary from case to case.
Not just an alternative to the mainstream media. We're the premier independent talk radio network. We are GCN.
We are
back on The Bright Side. I'm Pharmacist Ben. Thanks for joining us. 844-236-6010 is our number. We'll get your calls here momentarily. We're continuing a little discussion on grains and anxiety. We'll finish this up here today or tomorrow, and then we'll talk a little bit about probiotics and good bacteria and anxiety. Then we'll talk about nitrogen, back to nitric oxide, the all-important gas hormone that's involved with all kinds of degenerative and inflammatory health conditions. You don't hear a lot about nitric oxide, but rest assured, nitric oxide deficiencies in nitric oxide, which you can alleviate